I'm Rich Noonan. I'm an 8-time Emmy Award-winning journalist, and I first profiled Structured Foundation Repairs in Houston in 2017. This company has fantastic customer reviews, among the best in America, and was chosen for our national Best of the Best list. And likely will be for years, because this is a very well-respected company, and all you have to do is spend a day with the owner, Brandon Hogue, to see why.
Right down here, is this something to be concerned about?
Well, it could be, if this crack goes all the way through the tile, sometimes they're real superficial, but sometimes if they continue to propagate through the tile, which we have on the other side, so we'll be able to see when we get inside, then we might have a problem. We can establish sort of how the house is settling.
When you watch Brandon Hogue, the owner of Structured Foundation Repairs, work, it's like watching a doctor with a patient. Brandon knows as much about Texas foundations as anyone. Cracks in buildings speak to Brandon and his team at Structured Foundation Repairs.
So the three things that I look for, Donna, to determine if a house has a problem or not, is I look to see if there's a clear deviation in the elevation pattern, which looks like this right here. So we can see that these measurements right around this area all measure within about a ½ inch, and then we see that this part of the house goes down. And so what we do is we then look at that clear deviation, and we see if there's any stress signs to accompany it. See if there's any cracks in the brick or separation between the window frames and the brick or the garage door frames and the brick. And then we know that it moved into that position as opposed to being built that way. And then the third thing that we look at is we compare those readings to the American Society of Civil Engineers guideline, which is the guideline that builders use when they construct a slab, and that's about 7/10 of an inch over 20 feet. And so here we have some numbers that exceed that guideline, and so now we know that we have a problem.
That type of knowledge, coupled with those communication skills, have made Structured Foundation Repairs the go-to company in the Houston market for home and business owners, and many realtors. We went out and interviewed some top realtors in the Houston market who have Structured Foundation Repairs on speed dial.
I have had him go out to maybe 5 or 6 clients' houses that perhaps had some foundation issues, and he would go over it with them patiently. He would give them back a written report. And interestingly enough, more often than not, he did not recommend repairs, and he explained in his report in detail why they didn't need them or it perhaps wouldn't be to their benefit. He has done probably 3 or 4 actual repairs out of maybe 8 or 9 clients he's gone to, so he's not out there trying to create business for himself. On the jobs that he did repairs to a person, all of my clients have been very pleased not only with the job done, but the way the job was done.
Brandon will give you an honest answer no matter what. He'll tell you when you need work, he'll tell you if your foundation is shifting, if you might need work, or he'll tell you that this property really is fine and it doesn't need any repair. So I appreciate the honesty that he provides my clients and me. He won't tell you that you need to do anything that you don't need to do. And that's what I appreciate most. People are afraid of this because of the cost that is associated with repair. And Brandon will tell you you need X amount of piers and no more or no less. And so he takes what could be a very scary experience for consumers and puts them at ease. What I like most is that they do an engineering report on the front end and on the back end, and then that warranty is transferable to whoever buys the house.
Sheila Mylar of RE/MAX is one of the top realtors in Houston. She sells a lot of homes in the heart of the city. Foundation issues are common in older city homes. She's used Brandon Hogue and Structured Foundation Repairs many times.
Well, he gave a class at our office. And the greatest thing is that I've used him as a customer and for my clients. And I've had a few properties that he's done, and he's just been fantastic.
One of the themes that we heard from everyone with whom we spoke about Structured Foundation Repairs is that these guys are as honest as the day is long. They simply will not recommend foundation work to someone who doesn't need it.
It's honesty. We own 4 rental houses now, and I can tell you honesty is sorely lacking in just about every contractor out there. You've got to watch them do the job, call them 4 or 5 times to make sure they did the job, what their schedule is, make sure they're still going to be there, and none of that's necessary with them. I've actually had him come out to see 3 houses, and one of them he absolutely let me know, even though I thought that one was the bad one. Looking at them, he said, no, it just looks that way. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this house. It doesn't need it. So he could have easily sold me a lie on that one, and he chose not to.
In fact, Brandon at Structured Foundation Repairs has been warning people for years about really doing their homework before hiring a foundation company in Texas.
The state of Texas doesn't regulate the foundation repair industry, and so the things that we offer as a company are that we're insured, we're bonded, we employ the crew members, and they're covered by Texas workers' comp. There's absolutely no law that says that we have to do that, and so therefore there's a lot of companies that don't do that. Their prices might be lower, but it's a real risk. There's no regulation in terms of how a pier has to be installed or how a warranty has to be structured. And so these are things that you really want to look into when you're entertaining going with a foundation repair company.
Great advice from an honest foundation expert who is very proud of his team at Structured Foundation Repairs, a company whose foundation was built on integrity. Call Structured Foundation Repairs for an inspection today. You'll be glad you did. I'm Rich Noonan. Thanks so much for watching.